Research Strategies, a tutorial presented by NCTC Libraries. This tutorial will introduce you to a 5-point plan of attack for your scholarly research. The first step in your strategy is choosing the topic on which you'll be conducting your research. There are several important aspects to look at before settling on your topic. First of all, you must understand the assignment. Is this a persuasive paper, or is this a summary paper? What is the structure of the paper? What are the requirements for length? How many sources? What types of sources? Look for keywords such as analyze, summarize, briefly explain. Look for questions to be answered by the paper. When in doubt, talk to your instructor. Choose a topic and a subject area that is interesting to you. You will be spending a lot of time and work on this project, so you may as well find it of interest. Skim the textbook for ideas. For current events, look at online news sites such as Google News or the New York Times. Check library websites for lists of possible topics. Discuss your ideas with your instructor, a reference librarian, or your peers. Refine the topic. Find background information on your topic. Become familiar with the ideas, major concepts, and basic vocabulary in your chosen research area. Our encyclopedias are good for general overviews. They are a good starting point, though not to be used as sources for college-level research. Look for subject-specific encyclopedias, guides, or dictionaries. Also look for online study guides on the topic. Narrow a topic that is too general. For example, the topic the Civil Rights Movement is too broad. The Civil Rights Movement in Texas is more manageable. Focus on a specific aspect or concept that you want to address. For example, aromatherapy is one aspect of the broader topic alternative medicine. Broaden your topic if you can't find enough sources. If you can't find enough information on the foot soldiers of the Battle of Marathon, you might broaden your topic to soldiers of ancient Greece. Create a thesis statement. The thesis statement is the main idea of your paper. It is the answer to the question that is posed by your paper or speech. A good thesis statement can be changed into the question that your paper wants to answer. Question: on what should America's anti-pollution efforts focus? Statement: America's anti-pollution efforts should focus on privately owned cars. Your thesis may change or morph a little over the course of your research as you get new information, and that's okay. But in order to conduct your research, you need to have clear direction and focus. Thesis statement activity. Which of these statements are good thesis statements? Remember to ask, does it answer a question? Is it too broad or too narrow? Global warming is a big problem. The use of performance-enhancing drugs ultimately hurts sports. Anti-smoking campaigns have done little to stop smoking in the U.S. Pause this video and assess whether these are good thesis statements. Hit play when you are ready to continue. The first statement on global warming is not a good thesis. What question is being answered by the statement? The statement is extremely broad. The next statement on performance-enhancing drugs is better, as it answers a specific question. You may need to narrow it to include a specific sport. The last statement on anti-smoking campaigns is a good thesis statement. It answers a specific question and gives you a focused start to your research. After choosing your topic, the next step will be to find resources that support or contest your thesis. Types of resources. Sources are either primary, records of what happened, or secondary, reports or commentary compiled after the fact. Secondary sources often analyze or comment on primary sources. Transcripts, original documents, and creative works are primary sources. For example, if you are doing an analysis of the play Hamlet by William Shakespeare, the actual play would be your primary source. Commentary, criticism, reviews, compilations, textbooks are examples of secondary resources. Additional sources of information include biographical resources, book reviews, statistics, essays, government publications, video documentaries, etc. Statistical information and other factual materials can help make your case by substantiating points and arguments. In your research, you will be called upon to use scholarly journals instead of popular magazines. Articles from scholarly journals are vetted by teams of experts in that field for their veracity and rigor of research. These are much more verifiable and respected sources of information and a vital part of your scholarly research. Scholarly journals. Please see our other tutorial video, Scholarly Journals versus Popular Magazines, on the NCTC Library's YouTube channel. Where to find resources. Resources for your paper can be found in 3 primary places. The library catalog. The library catalog is comprised of records for all the books and videos found in the libraries. For example, the NCTC Library Catalog at nctc.crc.net contains records for over 50,000 materials made available at our 4 campus libraries. The Internet. Be careful of Internet sources. While there is a lot of good information available out there, there is also a lot of misinformation. You must evaluate your sources carefully. We will discuss other ways of evaluating your sources later in this tutorial. Databases. Databases are online compilations of journal articles, electronic books, and other information. They are your best source for scholarly journal articles. There are many types of databases that cover different types of information. It is important to pick the right database for the job. Search strategies. Most of your searching will take place online and will therefore be keyword searching. In keyword searching, you will derive keywords from your thesis statement. Do not enter your thesis statement into the search window. Limit your search statement to essential keywords. Pick out the key concepts of the thesis and then think of synonyms for those key concepts. For example, if your thesis is females have brought a positive element to the military, you can break that thesis down into keywords such as female and military. You can also derive other possible keywords such as women, soldier, armed forces, service, etc. Remember to narrow and broaden your search, use Boolean searching and limit your search. For example, if you search on female and military, you will only receive results with both of those terms contained within them. Remember, if you search with a phrase, phrases often default to an and search, limiting your results by each word of the phrase. Or broadens your search. For example, if you search on female or military, you will receive results with either of those terms contained within them. Move from the general to the specific. Try broader terms if you can't get enough results. Try narrower terms if you get too much. If an article works for you, look at its subject headings and use those in your next search to find articles like it. Use bibliographies and works cited from your sources as lists of potential further sources. Also consider works by the same author or authors. Keywords activity. Try to derive some keywords from each of these topics. Climate change is a preventable man-made phenomenon. Doping is ultimately detrimental to professional baseball. Illegal drug use encourages gang violence. Pause this video while you jot down some examples of keywords for each of these topics. Don't forget to think of different ways of using the same concept in order to derive more terms for searching. Press play when you are satisfied that you have derived some good, searchable keywords. Here are some possible keywords for each of these topics. Climate change, man-made, manufactured, global warming, preventable, anthropogenic. Doping, baseball, major league, steroids, performance enhancing, sports. Illegal drugs, gangs, violence, urban, crime, narcotics. Evaluating resources. Once you have found some sources of information, it is important to evaluate those resources to determine if they will be suitable for your project. Critical thinking. Use critical thinking to judge the quality, quantity, and appropriateness of your information. Look at the author's credentials, educational background, where she works, past writings, and experience. Is the author cited by other sources? By your instructor? Does the website list the author of the page or have an about page? Who is taking responsibility for this information? When was the material published? Is the source current or out of date for your topic? Has the science changed since the source was written? Does the website have an updated date listed? Is this from a university press? A vanity press? Is the website a .com or a .org or a .edu? Is this for a specialized or general audience? Is the source too technical, too elementary, just right? Is the material presented opinion or fact? Is the information well researched or questionable? Is the author's point of view objective and impartial? Is the information presented in line with other sources? You can sometimes find reviews of sources that can give insights, especially for books and websites. Do reviewers agree on the merits and criticisms of the work? Is there a wide variety of reaction? Evaluation activity. What makes each of the following sources questionable? Pause this video after each topic and evaluate the sources. Press play when you are ready to move on to the next example. A book about the health effects of smoking written by a scientist in 1962. Look at the date of publication. Has the science on smoking changed over the last 50 years? An article about global warming titled "Why Climate Change is a Republican Plot" by a former Democratic congressman. Look at the author. Could that author be presenting a biased point of view? A website about doping in sports that has no update dates or about page. Look at the lack of date or responsibility. How up to date is this information? Who provided the information? A website about gun violence that is maintained by a former victim of a drive-by shooting. Look at the author. Could they have an agenda, a biased point of view? Citing resources. Once you have found suitable sources for your paper, you need to cite that information to give proper attribution of credit. This is not only usually required for your assignments, but helps ensure that you have not plagiarized from your sources of information. Citation information. Remember to follow all instructions from your instructor. They will often give examples of what they want. When in doubt, ask. Review citation guides online or in print. NCTC libraries provide several citation guides on their website. Also check the actual handbooks for the citation style required. Databases also often provide citation tools for the sources you find there. Be sure and check these citations against your primary sources or your instructor's information. Sometimes the citation provided has incorrect formatting or capitalization. Be sure and create citation information as you go. Don't wait until you are finished with the paper. It will make it easier for you to include your citations as you write and will allow you to easily find your sources again should you need them. Keep working. Research is hard work, and it is easy to get discouraged. Persistence is key. Don't get discouraged. Research is work. You will often not get your sources on your first try. You must try again with new terms and even a different topic. This is not only okay, but expected. Remember, to research means to search, then search again, and then search again. Today you have learned about a 5-point research strategy for research. Choose a topic. Hunt for resources. Evaluate resources. Cite resources. Keep working. So remember to check your sources as you continue your research. Choose, hunt, evaluate, cite, and most of all, keep working. Please contact the library with any questions as you conduct your research. We are here to help you.